here we
Wait, I'm not
are.
ready.
You're not ready? Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious me. All right, we're not going
Nobody
live.
cares.
So it begins.
We actually are live. I hate to bring that to you. Hello, everybody, and happy Thursday night. Welcome to the Game Master Roundtable. Is this our first in 2025? It might be that we're playing anyway. Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, we did the
No, it's
Monster
not.
Manual or the DMG review.
We did the Dungeon Master Guide for
Yes, that's right.
2024.
That's right.
Yeah.
But as far as all of us getting together to play a very serious role-playing game, this is it. And things are going to get nuts. For those of you new to my channel, my name is Wally. My channel name is Wally DM, and I do puzzles and traps here. And I will go ahead and start it off by promoting myself. I do have a few books out, but I also have a Kickstarter for the Quintessential Guide to Urban Encounters. And I was too lazy to put a link in the description below, but we're 10% away from being fully funded. And then I also have other books too. Now on Amazon, by the way. I have a couple books on Amazon.
Ooh.
I'm Amazon official. All right, thanks, Fred. And with that, I'm going to pass the...
That was a great face, Fred. I've never seen that before.
It was. I'll screenshot that later. I'm going to pass the super baton over to the creator of the game, AJ.
It's me.
That's you.
Hi. Yeah, my name's AJ Pickett. I make videos about monster ecologies and deep dives into D&D lore, mostly. Kind of famous for...
Which I have to point out is
Easy
also
listening.
super useful for Pathfinder because somebody doesn't fill that slot in the Pathfinder space.
Really?
Really?
What's,
Yeah.
what's your character's name for today?
Oh, my character's name is Orca. Like the whale.
Like the whale.
But it's a porpoise. Anyway, yeah. Pathfinder doesn't really have anybody covering the Galarian lore stuff. I think it's because it's so very similar to D&D stuff that it's quite confusing.
Well, specifically monster lore, nobody's covering it. There are people doing lore. Okay, there's one person doing lore, but nobody's doing monsters.
Right.
It is a glaring hole in their issue.
Yeah, I've got lots of Kobold Press stuff to cover as well, and they've got their own background setting, if you like, Midgard in the old Margrave Forest. Anyway. Yes, Super Atomic, coming up soon. Kickstarter for the game. More on that later.
Hooray. Passing it off to Phil. Phil.
Hey, I'm Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them, and I publish them online. You can see me building books from ideation to publication on my YouTube channel at Phil Kearney. I am a proud participant in Super Atomic, and I will be playing the Savvy Sailor.
Jake, tell us what's up.
I do Pathfinder 2 videos almost exclusively just the new stuff that comes out. I go over it and how it's crap or how it's great and all the typos they make. And I also run a live stream every Friday, and I have a lot of videos that are particular to builds or GMs in how to run specific weird shit, like how to run time shenanigans and stuff like that. My character today is named Slapstick, and he looks and does exactly what that says.
I'm worried already.
And then making the grand appearances, first time Game Master on the Game Master Roundtable, we have Fred.
Hi. I run the How to RPG channel or How to Role Playing Game channel, which is occasionally confused with rocket propelled launchers. But I cover everything, Game Master player stuff, a lot of different systems. And yet I still have people who tell me that I should go and play a different game, and they can shut up because I have been playing and doing a lot of games. Thank you very much. In fact, making them as well and play testing them. So I'm going to be the game master or host, as AJ prefers. The discerning name is the host. And we're going to get started.
I'm just happy that you mentioned it and I didn't. Yeah, because you're hosting a game, so you host a dinner party and you host a role-playing game. Because I'm kind of sick of the whole. Yeah, it's like game master or dungeon master is kind of like master is a bit weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do we have the name
of your character? Might not.
Do we have the name of your character, Wally?
Yes, I will be playing Paul.
It's like playing Bob. Paul it is.
No.
Bob was
Oh.
taking. With the never mind. I can't go into anything else. He's just Paul.
Right. His name is Robert Paulson.
That's
His name is Robert Paulson.
Yeah.
You know,
why do you say his name?
They have blue with him, blue eyes.
Yeah, Paul is
You know,
my character's name. I'll be playing him.
Right.
Recording in progress.
So it's not a live stream with Wally unless I forget to press the record button at least some point during these things, and I just remember now. So
Hello, everybody. My name's AJ Pickett.
we're not
I'll
going to
be
start
playing...
again. No.
Oh.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, so let's get you started.
Yes.
I've called this adventure, to give you at least some hint of what's going on, Citagel Catastrophe. AJ is going to correct my pronunciation in a second. But
It's your adventure. You can say whatever you want. It's
Yeah.
Citagel, as far as...
Citadel, Citadel something. Okay, so what's currently happening in the world for you? Very quickly. The world is engaged in trade wars, and it's kind of getting out of hand. This has led to China, Russia, and America engaging in a full-scale conventional war that could actually lead to a nuclear war. As a result of this and the interplay between these two countries fighting it out using conventional means, the Koreans got really jealous and felt left out and felt that they should be part of it as well. So they have launched a small nuclear ballistic missile over to the Chinese, and it's really upset them. So there's tensions are high, everything could go pear-shaped very quickly. Donald Trump has won the presidency for the second time, not just recently, and he's actually managed to legalize human cloning, and he's cloned himself, and people suspect more than once.
I'm gonna have so many nightmares.
Ultimate warrior.
And Trump's actually currently trying to put forward a bill to allow his clone to be eligible for running for president in the future. Of
course.
Okay,
That's
so what are we here to
brilliant.
do?
So don't you worry. But what has happened just recently is there's been an accident. The world leaders, part of the United Nations, that are trying to deal with this conflict that's getting out of hand, and the Koreans aren't making it any easier. Basically, the world leaders have called on you, and you are been asked to deal with an accident. It's a top secret laboratory called the Citadel of Advanced Scientific Research. And there's a couple of questions I need you to answer before we let you roam around and sort this out. First question is, what is the name of your superhero team? What's
Paul
it called?
and Friends.
What's that?
Paul and Friends.
You
That sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon. That's not...
Right.
really?
No, I was just, we could vote on it, I guess. I mean,
I like the anonymity, honestly.
I could see a little bit of a few faces that were shocked on that one. So, I mean, we can put it to a vote, I guess.
The lone
No,
gunman?
man. Not only do I have a secret identity, I now am a secret on a team. They don't even have me on the label. That's perfect. Low profile.
Yeah.
All it takes to hit all of this.
Yeah. I
would-
literally don't show up on the posters and stuff, so...
Are we actually going with Paul and Friends?
Paul and
my character was
that
built
other
for the
guy...
Clusterfucks.
Yep.
Did you say the clusterfucks?
Well, there I go. Demonetized.
All right. Oh, okay, clusterfucks. Okay,
Well,
well done.
welcome to Super Atomic, everybody.
Wait a minute.
I would
I
go
thought
with
we
the
were Paul
Alpha
and
Force.
I'm
Paul
still
and
on Team
Friends.
Paul.
Paul and
Team
Friends.
Paul.
Somebody said clusterfucks. Sorry, mate. It's getting overruled. It's a far better name. What is the base that you have? No, don't. You don't have any other choice. It's too late. Okay. Now,
All the merch.
what is
all the merch? It's all printed already.
send it over to Hasbro.
It's like the
they know
Kansas
what to
City
deal with it.
Chiefs Super Bowl stuff. It's just gonna have to get shipped somewhere else because it no longer.
You just send it over to Hasbro. They've got plenty of places where they can send it. So now,
Our super base is it's a refurbished super oil tanker. That's not actually oil tanker. It's yeah.
okay, I like it. Cool. And my other question for you is, what vehicle do you have? You can have more than one vehicle. I'm not a stingy host. You can have more than
I have
one.
a mini sub for 6.
I got a
Submarine.
Quinjet. Quinjet.
Yeah, Quinjet.
I don't know how to drive.
Perfect.
Fine. You have no vehicle. So you got a submarine and a jet. That should get you pretty much everywhere.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
So we're sharing vehicles. I see. Okay.
Well, you can have the same
yeah.
vehicle. You can.
And
You're a
there's-
superhero team, man.
It'll have
There
all-
should also be a slew of segues on the Quinjet, so we can roll out.
Well, I was kind of thinking maybe we had like a Scooby-Doo van that says Paul and Friends on the side.
van.
That have been trying
With
to
big
like
pastry
wipe off.
splotches.
We can have a more rounded, high roofed Quinjet with Paul and Friends on the side of the
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and
That's
a dragon and some
Okay.
flames.
All right. I'm good.
We've
with-
established you have 3 vehicles and an oil tanker as a mobile base.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We have established it. You guys were quite tame in terms of what you requested, which is nice. Gives me opportunity to do some other things. Anyway, you are given the coordinates to the location of this complex, and you're going to have to fly there because there's no way you can get your submarine there, and your van will not be able to drive along the sea fast enough to get to where you need to go, and it's a long way away. So you're going to have to fly on in. Okay.
Okay. We have.
So who's the pilot here? Is anybody in particular who does the piloting most of the time?
Me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll load in some extra drums of oil, some extra drums of hydrogen or whatever the fuck the Quinjet is running on.
Baby souls.
You see, yeah, exactly. You're sitting on some slightly screaming containers.
Right. Okay.
Don't
Right.
ask.
So you've got some extra
I'm like,
fuel.
nice beat.
There's a school of these mutant kids that we pick them up from.
Mm-hmm. So flying on an Orca with the Quinjet that you have been piloting, you come over the mountains, past some forest area, and you see on one large mountain top what looks like a very odd building. It's got multiple levels. It's kind of like almost feels like it's somebody has let their 2-year-old try to build this with multiple levels and with Lego, and it's just not worked out quite right. So it's all over the place. Think, I guess, evil villain from James Bond Lair, okay? And it's mostly glass. Some of it is see-through and some of it is not, but it's very shiny. And there's a platform where you can land helicopters, and in this case, your Quinjet. But on the landing pad, there's literally a slew of people dressed in white tunics and garb, screaming and yelling and waving their hands as you come on in. And you can see more people flowing out of the building. And there's what seems to be some sort of smoke issuing from the building. There's a hole in it, but it's a bit hard to see with all the smoke. So that's what's currently going on.
What the fuck's our mission?
You got to sort out this incident.
Yeah.
So here, but I haven't given you any other explanation other than that. Sort out the problem over there.
Yeah. Well, there's
Okay.
That's your job.
I'm going to hover the Quinjet over the landing pad if you guys want to jump out. And then
Quinjet drops down and Segway vroom, rolls out and hits land perfect.
There's
Screeches around. We're here.
I'll be like 3 minutes late. I'm watching the final final pop culture Jeopardy on my phone. But then I'll hop right out. Yes.
You got to
Okay.
hop 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, and that time I think the building has exploded, so we're finished now.
Never mind. Never mind. I did not know. Who's that? Oh my.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
I somehow end up underneath my Segway with my face planted on the ground.
Okay. So
you've got a rope attached to your butt slapstick, and the Quinjet goes out of sight, and then there's a tension on the rope, and then I jump over the side with the rope, and I'm like coiling it up as wordlessly, just unhitch it from your butt.
Of course.
Hey, that worked. Rip my face up off the ground.
We should probably head to the fire then. That smoke. Whether there's
Yeah,
smoke,
well-
there's fire. So technically, I'm probably right. But that's
I think it's that way.
probably where we should go.
So
big
unfortunately, you have a
What makes
slew
you
of
say
people who are
Smoke
groping at
wafts
you.
this way, that way.
There's a lot of people who are clamoring around you and groping you and saying, "We need to get out of here." They went off. They went out.
It's out of gas.
I hold out the blue coil of rope that I've got. Here you go.
Are they all going to have to climb up the rope?
All down. Yeah, we're on the landing pad on top of the building, right?
Yeah, there's a landing pad beside the building. It's not on top of the building. It's right
okay.
beside it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It
how
is
do people
slightly
look?
away
Do they
from the
look like
fire.
civilians, or like are they smoke damaged? Like how do they? Are they?
They look
flaming
like
eyes?
some sort of personnel. They're kind of like dressed like scientists and laboratory technicians. You know, like AJ used to be dressed.
Let's
Goons.
we need one of. I'm going to shout out. We need one of these brave people to lead us to where we need to go. I want to grab one of these guys.
So someone does steps forward, and he provides you with a security card. He says, "This will get you into every location," and just hands it to you. And he says, "Yeah, my name's Dick, and I'm not going anywhere near that building."
Okay.
Well, if you're coming with us, then you need your own costume. And I pull out a Deadpool costume and I start dressing him up.
yeah. He's taking it off as you're putting it on. So good luck.
Yeah.
We're not deputizing anybody yet, Slapstick. Dick, just point the way.
So he points towards the entrance where the people are flowing out of the building.
Right.
It says here you're only clearance level 2. Okay, never mind. We'll deal with that. Let's go.
No. The card has got full clearance. You can access all parts.
I had it upside down. My apologies. I have the card, guys. Let's go.
I'll put my hand on either side of Dick's face and just like grip him and stare at him intently and say, "Why won't you go back into that building?"
I'm sorry.
It's going to explode.
Any other reason?
I don't want to die.
All right, thanks. No, it's just exploding.
All right.
I'm sorry, I have to say it in character. Will you stop fondling every dick you see and just get in the building?
Womp womp.
You get two. You get two, Slapstick.
I make a note of that.
All right. Okay, so the rest of this, the staff are milling around. So if the jet actually landed on the pad, or is it still hovering?
No, it's I sent it
Sent it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see them all move from one side of the platform where they thought you were going to land, so they could get in, and they all move further away from the complex to the far side, and watch as the jet flies away.
I can't let civilians in that vehicle. It's not safe.
I was going to say you should
not
lock
safe
it.
at all.
Did you lock it? Double click. Whoop, whoop.
There's buttons. If you sit on them wrong, it'll burst fire out in a 6-foot flamey thing. No. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's loaded with fuel, so no.
And they just say, "Hurry," as you run into the building.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you head on in.
Mm-hmm. I'll swipe the card.
Yeah. The front door does have a swipe card on it, so fortunately that gets you through. The entryway is basically a transparent glass hallway that's really wide, and it sort of loops around in a U shape. And you can see as you're going down the hallway, there's a couple of rooms that are transparent. They may be that are like viewing rooms from this complex that are completely glass, floor, walls, and ceiling. There doesn't seem to be anything in them. There's 2 to the left and 1 to the right. 1 to the right, yeah. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. But if you follow that through, it will eventually take you to another building, another room, and what looks like a turbo lift. It's all glass, so you can see all of this stuff.
Which directions was the smoke coming from?
You could see it was a couple of levels up. You think it's probably on the 3rd level of the building.
Should we go straight to that? Up
Turbo lift.
Turbo lift?
Definitely.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Segway ho.
Yeah.
Okay, to the turbo lift you go. This turbo lift is, as you would expect, voice activated.
Level 3, please.
Level 3.
It then responds, "Can you please repeat this instruction?"
In what language?
It just says, "Can you please repeat this instruction?"
Next to Flora.
It repeats the same thing again. You do notice
Beat
a
me
couple
up, Scotty! And I pull out a mallet that's way too big, made of wood and plastic, and I smack it.
Okay, yeah.
That's-
All right,
that
you're going to
just-
smack
yeah,
the
that's-
glass
oh, man.
elevator. Well done. Awesome.
Yeah.
There are buttons.
Wherever the voice is coming out of.
It's just
Oh,
coming
there are
out of-
buttons.
yeah,
Okay.
there are buttons, and there's a slidey thing for the security card to go through to unlock the elevator. There are buttons on it. So basically, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are the different levels. And you're going to 3.
Do you think for the win?
All right. So you pressing the button, or are you going to try and talk to this thing a bit more?
Oh, I say we just press the button and get up there.
All right. You press the button. Done. Thank you very much, Paul. It's always good to have a pull around. So
Paul just
straight
does
up
things.
straight up to level 3, and it opens out into a long hallway, and you can see there are what looks like different types of white suits. They look like clean suits with full garb, complete body suits from head to foot, hanging along the wall of this hallway, and then it goes around the bend, and there's some doors. There's about 4 different doors that you can see. I believe there are 3 down the corridor on the right and 1 on the left.
I signal everybody. We finally got uniforms. Let's get these on.
All right, you putting them on?
I'm putting one on.
Definitely.
Okay.
Somebody
100%.
zip me up in the back.
Oh, I'll do it. I zip him up with a carp inside a suit.
Oh, my
Okay.
Goodness gracious me.
Okay, cool.
I kind of hilariously half fit into one. There's no way it's going to zip up the back, but I'm in it.
Right. Cool. Awesome. All right, well, where are you going next? What are you doing? You're suited up.
Which way,
Yep.
Savvy Sailor? What do you think?
I sniff the air for smoke.
Which direction is the smoke coming from? Is there an obvious direction?
No, you can't see any smoke in this hallway at all.
Okay.
I checked the elevator.
There's no smoke in the elevator either.
I'm going to check
There's 4 of us,
the
there's 4 doors,
single
let's hit
door
one
on the.
each.
Yeah, I'm going to check the single door on the right-hand side. Left-hand side?
Left side. Yep, sure.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
I
got
mentioned
a
it,
security card access, so you'll need a card to get through.
I'll swipe.
Thanks,
Which of
Paul.
course you have. And opening that, it leads into a corridor. Going down this corridor, you can see there are 2 doors to your left, and going around the bend, you find another door on the right at the very far end of the corridor.
I'll run down to the very far end and check the door on the right.
I'm following behind with my card.
Okay.
I'm
So-
running along with my hand on the wall just to feel for any hotness.
Okay, so when you get to the store, you can feel there is heat coming off the store.
I got heat!
There's definitely some heat coming from the store. You got there pretty quickly. Well done.
Nice.
I keep humming the X-Men intro song the whole way down the hallway.
Segway ho!
Yeah.
Segway!
I'll stand behind Slapstick and kick the door open.
Okay, all right. You kick the door.
You're invulnerable, right?
Most
Yeah.
things. Bullets are fine.
So hang on. Is Orca kicking the door?
Yes, I'm behind Slapstick, using him as a body shield and kicking the door like I'm his legs.
How does that work?
I have
Heat.
no
I've
idea.
grabbed him. Okay, he's here. I am kicking past him with my leg, like so. Badoosh.
And you're using it as a body shield. And
Yes.
you're kicking between his legs.
Not between his legs, it's the side of him. I'm much
The
bigger
side
than
of
he
him.
is. I'm kicking the door.
I weigh
Yeah.
practically nothing.
I wish he had gone between, because there's always the cluster could have been affected in the process.
Don't
Okay.
forget, I have destructive aura.
Okay. I don't know that you have destructive
Oh,
aura
I
because
wanna
I told
say,
you
in-
not
in-
told
Okay.
you nothing.
Not to tell you anything. Okay,
The
no.
audience has no idea what your powers are.
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, you
Sorry.
know,
Yeah, I kicked the door open.
I want to
Okay.
say in character, you can kick between my legs if you want. I don't have any genitals.
It's just he got very low hanging pants.
so this door is reinforced, and even though you're super powerful, I'm assuming you're pretty strong.
No,
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 you're not.
no.
And you're going to kick this reinforced door.
Well, I didn't know it was reinforced.
Well,
You do now.
I do
you do
now.
now. Yeah.
Ooh, ah!
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We both
He's
fall
out to
backwards.
discover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am strong enough to pull Slapstick over with on top of me.
Well,
I've got this.
okay.
Thank you. Ow! Clutch my kneecap.
Disassemble! And the door crumbles into its components.
Oh, you can unaffect the molecules, do you? Holy Jesus. Okay.
I have the ability to deconstruct any object into its core components. So a door will be disassembled into a plank of steel, I guess. The hinges will pop free of all of its screws. The lock will unhinge itself. The card thing will disassemble and fall to the floor.
Bonk.
And-
That is
and-
hilarious.
Oh,
And
that
then
was
now-
better. We should try that next time.
I'll give
So-
Savvy Sailor.
Oh.
I'll give you a nod, and I'll be like, and that is why, Paul and friends, we have a backup plan. Let's go.
Right.
So
So
I pick up
those-
one of the hinges from the door and pop it in my mouth and chew it like chewing gum, going,
Nice. So, Savvy Sailor has disassembled the door. For those of you who are wondering why he did not roll dice, it's because unless there is something to contest it, or it would be really difficult, we don't bother subjecting players to the pain of rolling dice. And if we do make them roll a dice and we're nice to them, we give them a 20-sided dice. And if we really want to screw them up, then we give them a 4-sided dice. And if you're wondering how success and failure works, getting high is the idea. The idea being that anything 50% of the dice numbers up is success. The higher the number, the better the success. 50% down, below that on the dice, basically you failed, you screwed it up, you're in trouble, and the lower the number, the more fucked up you will be. So yeah, there we go. It's very simple. And there are no modifiers. You don't have to add a damn thing. I just tell them which dice to roll if there is. So disassembled inside, you see what appears to be a strange large device. I don't know if any of you are knowledgeable in science or anything like that, but if you do, let me know. But
Not at all.
not at all. It is humming. You can see smoke coming off it. You can see some sort of electricity. You can see fire. There's a lot going on in here. And you can see bodies on the ground. And there's a hole in the wall, a little one, not a big one, just a little one. And you can see this thing is humming and it's actually vibrating. The whole room is vibrating as well.
is the hole blown out or blown in?
It is blown out.
Something is.
Oh, well, this can't be the right room.
Well, there are people on the floor, about 2 in white suits. All right. Okay.
Does it look like a chamber where they've experimented on somebody and they've like broken out of the chamber and escaped?
No, it doesn't.
Like Weapon X.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like that. But yeah, it does look like a, I don't know. Does anybody here know anything about physics?
Sure. Yeah, I know physics. Yeah. I
Sure.
took college courses.
Well done. Cool. You think it's a particle accelerator, kind of gone out of control a little bit.
Okay.
Looks
Just a
nuclear.
teeny weeny bit. Yeah. You can slap, Paul, you can slap or try to wake up these individuals, however you want to go about doing that. They don't respond. They seem to be out for the count. One of them is glowing, though.
I pick them both up and carry them out of the room.
Okay. The one that is glowing that you carried out of the room, suddenly you find yourself glowing yourself.
Ooh, I'm a glow stick.
My character, Walker, is going to transform before your eyes. He's going to become slightly thinner. His arms and legs are going to become more atrophied, and his head is going to expand in size. His intelligence increases as he becomes a more advanced human being.
Whoa.
It appears to be some form of particle accelerator. Don't touch anything.
Okay, I drop the people.
No, there is no window. There is a small hole about so big. Yeah, that's about it. That's where the smoke and the fire is trying to go.
I'm looking for an access panel. I'm like, I've seen one of these before. I mean, this is how I was made. It's something that have to do with interdimensional physics, right? Where do I put my hand in?
Okay.
Is there an instruction manual?
Do you want to look for one?
Yeah.
Okay, you look for an instruction manual and you try to find an access panel. There are lots of computer panels, computer screens.
Can I turn it off and on again?
Can you find the on and off switch? Okay, yeah. There is what appears to be literally a button that says on and off. You don't know if it's for this thing, but it could be. And you do find an access panel. There's a couple of them, about 4 different panels on each side of it. It's kind of like a box.
Savvy, prepare to disassemble.
Hey, Savvy, I know the password. It's up, up, down, down, left, left, right, right, select, start.
Did you just disassemble the particle accelerator?
No, I'm going to turn it off.
You're going to turn it off? I know. All right. You flick the switch from the on position to the off position. But the particle accelerator does not stop. It is still going. Yeah.
I have porous skin. I can absorb the deadly radiation if it gets out of control. It'll kill me, but it's worth it.
So is that what you're going to do?
If there's deadly radiation leaking out of it, then absolutely.
Yeah, well, there's definitely some sort of radiation coming out of it because somebody's glowing and one of your buddies, Slapstick, is now glowing too and getting a little bit brighter each time.
Oh yeah, I get up close to that. I have absolutely no resistance to radiation at all, but I'm incredibly porous and can absorb chemicals. Yeah.
Sorry.
If it doesn't kill me, it'll make me stronger.
Outside. You can see outside. Let's find out, shall we?
No, let's not find out. But I would not say that in character.
So are you going to hit the wall and make that hole a bit bigger? Okay. Just a little bit. Okay. You. Okay. With a badminton racket. Okay, so is this a badminton cock?
Shuttlecock.
Is it a shuttlecock? A shuttlecock. Okay, because you're using a shuttlecock, I'm going to make you roll a 20-sided dice. If you had been using a real ball, you wouldn't have had to roll any dice whatsoever. But now you have to roll a 20-sided dice because you're using a shuttlecock. It is not the most appropriate thing to be using. You want to be accurate, you need a ball.
It's what he's got to do.
Well done. Okay. Well, I believe that is if I remember right, that's a failure, isn't it? It's not a bad failure.
It's a close shave.
Close shave.
Okay.
So you managed to knock a hole in the wall and a little bit of the machine, you hit that as well. It's kind of slightly less there than it was before. Just a corner of it. It's like when you're in a car park and you're trying to get into a tight spot and you knock off the corner of your car. It's just a little bit like that.
Do not fire around the thermonuclear weapons.
But everything's okay. Do I feel like if I did it again,
nothing terribly bad. It's just as bad as it was before. It doesn't seem to have gotten worse. But you have a bigger hole in the wall than you did before. Not as big as if you're trying to push it through the wall or hole. It's not big enough to go through that yet.
Okay. Do you want me to keep working on this, you guys? By the way, I do want to apologize to our live stream chat here. I just realized I was on mute. I did some really super cool shit, but that's okay. It's just going to be a secret.
Can I just say that it's almost always I forget to press the record button and Wally has himself muted.
I do.
Yes. This is the kind of quality you get in a live stream.
Yeah. You missed my whole badminton state 5 times in a row backstory, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come up again. If not, Paul will force it into a conversation somehow.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
okay.
getting the feel that Paul is an attention slut.
All right. That's just
He's the leader.
what's happening next? Somebody's gonna have to do something because this thing is still humming and there's still smoke coming off it, fire and electricity, and it's not turning off.
Okay. I do have some expertise in vehicle engineering and design, but this is not a vehicle.
No.
But I can recognize power sources, so I'm going to try and find some way to shut down this power source. There's got to be a breaker or something that I can find.
Okay. All right, so you're going to look for the breakers.
Yeah.
Well, you find the breakers. There they are. They're in a big, huge metal box on the far wall, and yeah, it's locked. But yeah, I'm sure you'll figure out how to get that sorted out.
I bite their lock off.
He's got powerful jaws.
Have you got powerful jaws?
I have a mutation that allows me to eat metal.
All right, you bite through the lock and get into the circuit breakers there.
Yeah,
that's the true Jaws heavy
Doctor
metal.
says gotta be no good, but yeah, it's very handy.
Oh no, I get it. That's why you're called Orca. Jaws. Aha, aha, aha. All right, okay. I get the joke. Took a little while. So yeah, there are what has to be at least 100 circuit breakers on this panel here that you've bitten open.
I just start switching them all off.
You're gonna switch them all off? Okay, all right. Yeah, switch them all off. And
do I notice him doing this, or does he say anything about it? Because electricity could hurt him.
Well, I mean, you would probably see it. There's a bit of smoke around, but you were glowing more than you were before. So visibility is not a problem. Maybe for everybody else who has to look at you, but your visibility is not so bad. But yeah.
Hey, let me know if you need the power switched off and it's really dangerous.
So you pull out all, you turn off all the circuit breakers, and the thing's still going.
All right, everybody, stand back. I'm going to destroy this thing.
I walk closer.
So everybody's going to stand. You got to say? Did you say Slapstick gets closer?
I stand behind.
I step back.
You step back.
We all hide in his nuclear shadow.
I step back.
That's the best idea.
Okay, so anything that touches the energy field that I release over a 10-foot area gets damaged by it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like that. I step further away.
I get so far away. If there's a sitting room with a vending machine that I can wait until everything's done, that is where I go.
Nice.
It's undifferentiated electromagnetic energy, so just every spectrum just pours out of me.
Okay, because electricity actually makes Slapstick physically stronger and more crazy.
Oh,
Well,
interesting.
yeah.
So you're standing there, and you're standing there, and the other two are standing further away, and using the others as shields or out of the hopefully the blast radius, depending on how big it is. Okay, cool. So you release your field.
Yeah.
And normally, since your power is so great and seems to make so much sense in this case, I would normally have given you like a D4 to roll. But in this case, I'm giving you a D6 because this is really unstable.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's a 5.
Oh, and that is a success.
Yep. A skilled move.
Nice one. So yes, the machine itself just disintegrates, and probably part of the wall where the hole was is now probably a bit bigger as well as a result of that. The energy discharge that comes off it is immense, and the blast shoots out of the side of the building and then funnels its way through the doorway towards you and I believe Slapstick. So tell me, Slapstick, how does this energy absorption work?
It's more that I'm made of unstable particles that exist in multiple dimensions at once, and the only thing keeping me together is nonsensical technology. So, so the energy doesn't really. Okay, if there is, okay, do you want the details in comic books?
No, I don't want the details. I want it simplified because the rest of us will fall asleep while you're explaining it.
If the exact opposite frequency of the frequency that holds his molecules together hits him, he instantly dies.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Right. So
Otherwise, he like instantly heals from everything. 'Cause
So
not
he's
really
he's
there.
like so at the moment he's looking like Jim Carrey from Mask, going
Exactly. This character is a lot like the Mask. Yeah.
right,
a
right,
lot like the Mask. Okay.
yeah. His molecules are getting right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Interesting. Well, I mean, this is basically electricity, 0 point energy. You might, I don't know how 0 point energy is supposed to affect you, but I'm
I don't know
sure
what that is.
We'll call it
you know
cosmic
what that
power.
is? Good. Yeah. I'm glad somebody does.
The
So
power
yes,
of cosmic.
yes, the power of something. So it hits you quite a lot all at once, and your whole body seems to shimmer a lot more. Because it's so much, and since you have never really truly tested the limits of your body's capabilities, we will have you roll for this because this is pretty serious. I think.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm tossing up between a 10-sided dice and a 12-sided dice. So I'm not being hugely cruel. I was far more vicious with AJ. But
Yeah.
I think we should definitely go. Yeah, let's go down the middle. Let's make it an 8-sided dice. You're gonna give me an 8-sided dice roll to see what happens. I'm very interested to see.
Okie doke.
Yeah. We will
3.
soon find out. Did you get a 3?
I got 3.
A 3. Oh dear.
Can there be like multiples of me crashed into the wall behind me or something?
Oh.
So you see Slapstick's form sort of just get hit, and it seems to almost get pulverized. He's still there, but then there seems to be another of him disappear out to the side, the left, the right, the front and back. It's like he's splitting up in all sorts of different pieces. There's a few of them.
And they're all saying different things about what superpower I want out of this.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's almost as if they are confused about their own superpower at this present time. They're garbling all sorts of things.
That looks
So-
like a negative reality inversion. Just like a negative.
Am I shielded from this energy since his disintegrating corpse is in front of me, or am I going to get hit by this as well?
Oh no, you're fine. But Slapstick is not looking so great. Slapstick is still partially there, but not completely, because the
Slap a
other
nicotine patch
4
on him.
versions of him sort of get disintegrated. Either they get disintegrated or they go somewhere else. You just don't know where.
Could there be like multiple versions of me from different dimensions since my
Prob-
power comes from the
prob-
multiverse
prob-
and like they
Probably
all look
what's happening
different? They're
right
like
here.
high-fiving each other?
Probably what's happening right now. Yes, exactly. But at
The
least one
version of you
version
just
of
popped into like Athos and Dark Sun.
Yeah. No, because that has been banned from the internet now, hasn't it?
Oh, you're in
Slavery's
Baldur's
wrong.
Gate 3.
Yeah, that's the only universe that exists. So, no, I'm only kidding. So what remains of you is sort of like a ghostly form. You're still there, but you could pretty much pass your hand through a solid object and back again without any trouble. And yes, you literally look like a ghost, but you're not a ghost. The best way I can describe this is the ghost from the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Right.
It's probably the easiest way.
So partially out of phase with reality.
Yeah, partially out of phase. Yeah,
Okay.
molecules and so forth. The body not quite in the right place.
Sound a bit like static.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So
Yes, Dark
that's
Sun was the best.
that's sort of dealt with a lot of the exploding problems. What would you like to do next?
I think it's a good time to relax and have a cigarette.
Do that anyway.
Well done.
There's some in the vending machine. I see like the blast of light. I'm sitting there like doing the crossword in the paper. I see the blast light. Oh, they must be done. Right, fold it up.
They must
Yeah.
be
See what
done.
happens.
He's our leader.
Just light a
He's our
cigarette off.
leader.
Light a cigarette off Slapstick. Doesn't look good,
I
friend.
try to
Doesn't look
offer
good
him
at
an
all.
already lit cigarette.
No, I only touch cigarettes from my own dimension.
Has that
Not looking
been,
good, friend.
Has that been dealt with then? Is this whole thing's taken?
Oh
care of?
yes, the particle accelerator is gone,
Okay.
and your friend is now translucent, ghost-like.
Okay.
Slapstick
When
is not
he asks
quite all
that, I
there.
run at him going, "Ooh!"
Yeah.
Ghost
Cool.
Stick rebranding.
Okay. So with that in mind, I'm gonna take out my pad of paper and start writing on an invoice, so that when we're done, we know what to charge them for. Like particle accelerator taking care of. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
If he's technically dead, we can pull in the insurance, right?
Yeah, he's covered. Short-term disability at least. Let's when they're a door on our way here, so maybe we just start doubling back and just open doors as we head back that way, you guys?
Sure.
Think?
Yeah, so there's two people that you have rescued from there. One is still glowing and the other one
that's
isn't
right.
glowing, but they're both unconscious. What do you want to do with them? Do you want to just leave them there, or are you going to take them with
No,
you?
we
Or are you going to take them out and then bring them back, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we should take
Shields.
them back. We should take them.
Okay.
That guy's really hot. I wouldn't touch him.
Yeah, that one's up to you. You take care of that dude.
So when you go, are you going to pick them up?
No, I'm not going to make any contact with him because that's when Slapstick started glowing when he touched him.
So what I would like to attempt is Paul's got this. So like right hand serve with badminton for the plasma shot, but he also has this ability to it's kind of Spider-Man like, where he can create a rope, line, or webbing to swing through environments. So rather than swing, and it's not like a Spider-Man webbing. It's actually like a sticky badminton net, and I would like to sticky badminton net the guy that's not glowing, and then kind of just pull him along like a fish in a net.
You're going to drag them out of the.
You're gonna throw it on him.
Yeah, and I'll look at everybody and be like, my shoulder hasn't been the best, so carrying this dude, I just I'm better at pulling.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let's
sure.
hope
You
we get
net him.
What's that?
You net him and you drag him out.
Yeah.
Do you want to drag him to the elevator, the turbo lift, and just take him out?
I don't think so. I think they're along with us. I mean, because we got to make short work. We don't have time to give them private escorts out of here. I think they just hang out with us until.
Okay, so you just drag them down to wherever you're going to go next.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I go, "Hey, good job, buddy," and smack Paul on the back.
Okay. Cool. Your hand goes through him.
That's weird.
I got a new superpower. I try to run through a wall.
Do you want to try to run through a wall? So you were saying. So you were saying that there were some other doors on the way in, and yes, you are correct. There were.
Mm-hmm.
So you may want to go there. I believe there were two that you went past.
Yeah.
You could take the first one that's closest to you right now, or you could go to the second one, or just
I said we hit the first one and we just kind of open them up as we go by.
Sure. Systematic, right? Yeah. It's like any firefighter is you just start with one room and work your way through.
Right.
Okay. So there is a door to this, but Slapstick, are you going to just run through the door or the wall and go into the room? So you do. There is a security lock with the card that whoever's got the card can open if they want. But Slapstick, when you get in there, the room is some sort of floral laboratory. You can see a table covered in a glass case with plants that look really unusual and strange. There's a whole bunch of cabinets and glass with plants growing there. And you can see what looks like some vines and some green gooey stuff on the ground. And it's kind of wiggling around a little bit.
Oh, this all looks too dangerous here, guys. Hold on. Gracie, I need your help, girl. And I summon my mallet. Can I hold it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I start smashing everything I see.
Okay, so you smash through all the glass cases and so forth. And those glass cases just can't hold up to that mallet. That mallet's just too tough. But unfortunately, as you are trying to bash your way through the plants, they obviously get really upset with you, and these ones seem to maybe be a bit alive and are not very happy with what you've just done. So yes, you're gonna have to roll me a dice to deal with these plants, because they start growing, and tentacles shoot out of them, and they seem really, really annoyed. And you can hear this high-pitched sort of whine. Anyway, it's called plant screaming. Okay, just deal with it. So I will have
They're screaming.
I will have a 20-sided dice from you, since you've got a very good chance of beating the shit out of them
Okay.
as they try to curl around you and you try to take them out.
17.
Oh, they don't stand up to that. Oh, it started off badly for you, but you finished them off pretty quick. There isn't a single thing. Like you just, even when the plants look like they're not moving anymore, you just keep bashing them again. There's just green mush everywhere. There's no way anybody could make salad with this.
Hey guys, somebody destroyed everything in here. I have no idea what happened.
So you open the door and tell them this. Okay, so this is the fun part.
It's a guacamole lab.
You're going to have to roll me a 20-sided dice because opening doors is difficult for you now.
Oh god.
You're not quite all there.
There's never quite all there. 14?
Yes, the door opens. You have to concentrate really hard so your form is a bit more physical and in this reality to open the door, but it manages to, yeah. Well done.
I'm like, got it.
Cool. All right. What's next?
Next door down.
Next door down.
Look in there,
Okay.
shake my head, like, okay. Well done, slapstick.
All right. So do you just go about using the security key or
Yes.
card to open it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So inside, you see what looks like banks of computers everywhere. There is a whole lot of beakers and devices used for some sort of blood samples. There's trays everywhere. There's a central bench running down the middle, and you can see various pieces of equipment that, frankly, you may not have come across before. Just imagine you're in some sort of laboratory that deals with DNA and testing and blood and stuff like that. Primarily, AJ, it would be like where you used to work.
Mm-hmm. Lots of plastic trays.
The real AJ, okay.
Yeah. Lots of plastic trays and bottles of fluid.
Yeah, there's plenty of fluid.
Pipettes.
So there's no threat in here. It just looks like they've been taking blood samples and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood samples here. There's a lot of fluids and liquids. There is on the floor and part of the wall some sort of black mold.
I point to the mold and I go, Smashy?
Sure.
Yeah.
Not you, Fred. God.
No spazzing.
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
I'll look for notes, something to read.
So I understand that Orca and Paul do not want you to smashy, but Slapstick, do you smashy anyway?
No, I just look really dejected, like my dog just died.
Damn it. Okay. All right. Okay. So what are you doing now?
I'm looking for written evidence of what this is.
Okay. So there is a bunch of sealed folders stacked on the bench. You can go through them if you like.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're reading them, as far as you can tell, it looks like the blood samples come from people that they've been doing testing on, and you can see from the blood samples and the photos that are provided that there's been some experimentation taking place. Maybe not completely legal, or maybe will be legal in maybe a couple more weeks when Trump gets around to it. So you just need to decide what you want to do with this. There's a few things there, like people who seem to have disappeared into mush, and others that seem to have grown bigger and stronger and grown tentacles and things like this. So there's a lot of mutation going on from these people that they've done tests on, and a few people who have big X's through it and deceased and died.
Okay, so we need to destroy everything here.
Yeah.
I run through the room, smashing everything.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the room. Yeah, I'm out of that room
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Right, you're out of that room. Okay.
Slapstick smash.
Some slapstick smashes.
Smashy, smashy, smashy,
Right.
smashy.
So the black mold just spreads into the air and it's floating everywhere.
Perfect.
But in your case, it's not too much of a problem because you're not completely there. So
That's an
I'm not going to require you to roll anything because you're unaffected. You're not really in this reality, mentally and physically. So you're fine. But the room is now full of floating black mold.
I turn on my destructive aura and start to charge through walls.
Oh, what through the black mold or through the walls? Did you say?
Through everything.
Oh, okay, all right. So
Does nobody have a common flamethrower? That'd be so handy right now.
It's like bull China shop.
Do you run straight ahead from where you entered the room, or do you run to the right or to the left, or do you run down the hallway? I mean, give me a kind of a position.
Straight ahead. I'm basically going to go down the middle. So go parallel with the hallway down the side, but just go through the middle of the building.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Yes. So you're basically in the doorway of the room that you were in, and you turn so that you can run through the wall towards the door and just make the wall and the door gone.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, no problems. You can do that. You don't have to run very far before you pass what looks like another room, and as you're disintegrating the walls and doors and so forth, to your right, you see the hallway that you came from, and then you hit a section of wall, and either side of you, as you're running, disintegrating the wall, you can see on your left what looks like some sort of living suite or bedroom with a bed, double bed, a small table, rug, a desk, some sort of computer, and some basic sort of chests and so forth. It's on the left, and there's nobody in here, but like it's empty. But on the right, as you're running through, it looks like some sort of chemistry lab. So it's got electronic microscopes, a huge electronic microscope on at the far end, computer banks, all sorts of fancy looking equipment that's probably really, really expensive. So do you? Oh, you're going to run through that room?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you cook everything through there quite nicely. It is also full of, and you let me know if you want to run through them as well. It is full of what looks like a whole lot of reinforced jars and vials of some sort of liquid that is yellow, red, and white. And it is actually stored in a cabinet that is reinforced. It is still glass, but it's reinforced. And there's special holders so that they don't move. Do you want to run through that as well?
No.
Okay.
Always a bad idea when the GM spends extra time describing something.
It is. So, yeah. That is my attempt at foreshadowing.
Yeah, sorry, viewers at home. No.
Okay, so the rest of the highly expensive equipment is getting incinerated. You do get to the far end of the room and go through the wall, and like on the other side is just a sheer drop. Are you going to just run through and fall off, or are you going to stop?
No, I'll stop. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stop and go back. That's why you go, ooh, and go back to the barrels of goo.
Was that an external wall?
That was an internal wall, but he reached the external wall with his little runny attempt. Yeah.
Okay.
And he is now standing in front of, and you will have no problem seeing where he's been because there's a great huge carved out space. and he's standing
There's
in front of a
dude-shaped
big, huge
outline.
case full of strange jars and vials of liquid, various colors. I'm assuming staring intently at them. So, what do you guys want to do?
So we
run toward the case. I can help.
so we've gone through all of these rooms then, right? I mean, Orca's
Oh no,
kind
no.
of
There would be. There's one more door. If you go to where Orca is, there's one more room with a door on it that you haven't been in yet.
Okay. I'll slide card that thingy.
You what? Oh, slide card thing? Yep, sure.
Card.
You open it up, and inside, you see the following.
Oh boy.
There is a caged 3-armed monkey inside here with a electronic microscope, just like the other room, which of course you never got to or really got to see because Orca incinerated it with his ability.
Is this revenge for that 3-headed monkey on that pirate adventure, Fred?
Yes, it is.
Wow, that's a long playoff.
I take revenge, and I have a long memory. So you can see that. You can see a whole lot of benches everywhere, and in the corner off to the side, on the same wall as where the door is a rather large robotic form. It definitely looks like some sort of robot. And it sort of springs to life and looks at you and says, "Intruder," when you open the door.
I shut the door.
And the monkey
So
makes
it's more
lots of
like a
noise.
So
Harambe!
it's more like a security bot than it's part of the machinery to work the lab.
I shut the door. They're like, yeah, there's a monkey and a robot in there.
Yeah, all right, you shut the door. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to get involved in that. That's a triangle I don't want to be a part of. But if that is a security robot and it breaks out of the door, I will happily disassemble. Number 5.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Go get him, Johnny.
Well, it might be the boss who behind all of this, not just a robot, or perhaps a monkey.
The monkey the 3-armed monkey could be the real culprit here.
Well, what's happening then?
I mean, if I was an evil scientist, I would definitely get an extra arm.
I relay that information, and then I go back out to the dude that's not glowing and dragging that I was dragging with the net to see if he's up yet.
No, he's still unconscious, and he's still glowing.
Okay, and then I kind of just like, Paul and friends, take care of it.
I found it. I opened the door, sort that shit out. Right? Okay. All right. Fine.
Has there been any progress of the robot making its way towards the door, or did it let it go?
Oh, you hear nothing. You hear nothing. Yeah, he closed the door. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do. Whether you want to go in there and play with the monkey or play with the robot, I don't know. You tell me.
You know what? I think if we can get these guys to wake up, I could ask them for some answers.
Okay.
But can we awaken them? Is it possible?
Well,
I
I
pour a
mean,
bucket of cold water on them.
okay. Where are you going to get water from?
Aren't you electric?
My glove. It can hold up to 500 pounds of material, so I just have a bucket of water in there.
Okay. All right. You pour water on both of them. The one that is glowing does not wake up. The one that wasn't glowing does wake up briefly and looks sort of starry-eyed and a bit panicked. Well, what's going on?
I pour another one on
Been in
him.
a horrible accident. You need to listen carefully. There's a 3-armed monkey and a robot in the other room. The nuclear reactor has been disarmed, but we fear for the monkey. Is there anything that is still at risk here?
So dramatic.
I have cryptic hazing, which is oh wait, no, that's not the one. I do have that, but the actual thing is there we go. I have skills of manipulating people that I learned in door-to-door sales. So I can shove my foot into any doorway that may try to close upon me, including his mind, because I have the Jedi mind trick as well.
You're the one that sold me. You're the one that sold me that vacuum. Gosh, damn it!
You're still using it, aren't you? I see you using that every week. It's a golden.
It's a Kirby.
That's how I got on the team. That's how I became friend. That's right.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, drown monkey friend.
Yeah. So she introduces herself as, "Oh, I'm Lauren," and yes, there's a whole lot of experimental and things upstairs in the top level that we've been hiding and completely illegal when we shouldn't have been doing. It's like she's just suddenly been dosed up with sodium pentafol, and she's spilling her guts completely. It's quite disgusting, in fact, just how much information she's revealing.
Wow.
It seems like this whole place is like a really bad idea,
It's
frankly.
almost like she had a truth serum.
Oh, did you write all that down for the affidavit?
Yeah,
I sit down and hand her a hot cup of coffee that I also just pull out of my glove, and I say, "This always makes me calm down. Here, just relax."
Oh, don't make her calm. It won't work. Knock it away.
right.
Okay.
Panic, woman. Panic like you've never panicked before. We're having a nuclear crisis with a 3-armed monkey. This is crisis situations.
All right. She
That was my
screams
last cup.
and
You're
runs.
the biggest threat.
Runs down the hallway towards the turbo lift, flailing her arms and screaming.
I throw my badminton
Like a
net at
crazy
her.
person. Okay. Right. She's been netted, and she's still screaming and yelling because
That's
she's
fine.
been told to.
You've got to get us to the upper level.
Okay.
Does she recognize me as Paul, the famous badminton player, at all?
She's still screaming. She's got no idea who you are.
I'm a little.
I think
disappointed.
your understanding of how famous you are is only in your own mind.
Yeah.
It's
I
not-
get that a lot. Yeah, we should have her get us to the next level.
Well, you do have the security
Yes, sir.
card.
I do.
You guys went from level 1 to level 3. You never went
That's
to level
true.
2 or level 4. So,
Level 4, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
all right. So you security card that lift and zip it on up. I'm assuming, of course, pressing the button, since the talky AI in the elevator is completely useless and doesn't seem to be able to identify who you are, or
You owe me
recognize
a
what you're
cup of
saying.
coffee, Paul. I'm taking my cart back. I unzip his suit, take out the fish, and zip it back up again.
Right, okay.
I forgot that.
All right, so
Very dead fish.
you get to the top level 4. In here is a big sort of wide room. It's almost like a hallway. There's a door ahead of you and a door to the side.
Ahead.
You disassemble a door, do you?
I disassembled the door ahead of us and segue ho.
Okay. Yep. That door is no more.
We could also ask her.
Well,
No way.
it didn't matter.
Panic.
You have the security card, and he never even got you never got a chance to use it because the door no longer exists. It's in pieces on the ground. In here you can see a hallway that winds round, and there's a door, a very, very well secured door actually, and this door is a little strange. It's making a noise. You can hear a humming noise, a really high humming noise coming from it.
Send in the clowns.
Send in the cloud. I think that's you, Slapstick.
Slapstick.
I was paying no attention. I'm filing my non-existent nails.
Slapstick.
What?
Can you
Why? What?
just look through this door for us?
Oh, sure. I try to stick my head through, or I give myself a concussion. I'm like, very confident about it.
Bong.
Okay, so because when you try to put your head through the door to look and see what on the other side without opening the door, you discover that there must be an enormous amount of electrical current passing through here. Not as much as the last one that you had to deal with, but this might give you a little bit of a headache. So I would like you to roll a 12-sided dice, because we should love the 12-sided dice since everybody hates it.
I like.
Okay. When Slapstick gets electricity, it makes him zany and more physically strong, but I also want him to have like more poofed out purple hair.
Yes.
3.
Oh, you failed. You have poofed out here. You are definitely zany. You got a bit of a headache, and you are definitely a little bit stronger than you were before. But you do know what's on the other side of the door, and it's a good thing too. So clearly, this room and door is electrified, and on the other side, it's probably a good reason, because there is a huge purple mutated muscular humanoid that is trying to beat the walls with its fists, but every time it strikes it, it winds up moving away from it and feeling pain. And it is raging. It is covered in veins, and it kind of looks like somebody took steroids and just didn't stop.
Okay, guys, this is a big purple poo. It's a big poo on the other side of it. Big guy. And he's poo.
Right.
Give him a nicotine patch.
Sorry, what was that?
So there's a big purple guy on the other side of the door. Is he dangerous?
Well, probably only if you're in front of his fists.
Okay. We should call this in.
Who are we calling?
I don't know. Sailor,
Ghostbusters!
The people are in charge of us.
all right. Sailor, what did you say you were doing?
I was slapping a nicotine patch onto the clown to help calm down Slapstick.
Okay, so you try to slap a nicotine patch onto him. You're going to have to roll a 4-sided dice to see if this is actually going to work, because he's not completely there.
God.
Okay. I
Get one lodged in your body permanently.
I get a 3.
You get a 3. Well, you succeed. It is there. At least it's there for a little while until it seems to phase in with his phase, and it's not really there, like he's not there anymore. So there is a permanent patch attached to him that you slapped on him. Well done.
Let the nicotine soothe your soul.
Forever.
Oh boy.
Okay, now somebody said call in your superiors.
Yeah, I think we should call it in just to notify them that there's another metahuman who's here. They might want to recruit them.
Right. Did one of you bring like a communication device from your jet? No. Okay, so you might have to tell them. You'll have to go back to the jet to tell them, I suppose. What do you?
I think we've got enough to mitigate going back to justify calling it in.
I think.
What do you guys think? Yeah.
We weren't hired to fight monsters. We were here to take care of a nuclear threat, and we took care of that nuclear.
Yeah, not to execute everybody. So, yeah. And that seems like too hard basket. Big purple people.
Segue away from this mess.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to head down to the Quinjet and call it in.
All right. Beep, beep, beep. Sure. You call it in. What are the rest of you doing? You all go back to the jet, or you going to continue?
Yeah, I'm staying with Orca. I'm following.
All right. So you drag your netted individual, and you have the other one. Well, Lauren is screaming and yelling netted as well. Are you dragging her as well? You got 2 dragging behind you.
I just have the non-glowing one. The other one creeps me out.
The glowing one.
The glowing
Leave the
one.
glowing one with me. I'll stand guard here. In case,
looking at Slapstick.
Comes out, I'll talk him down.
Looking at Slapstick, I want nothing to do with anything that glows.
Yes, you can ask a question.
Can I go back to the case that Orca was in front of and touch it and try to put it in my glove?
Are you talking about the vials and jars that are well sealed in the reinforced cabinet?
The whole reinforced cabinet. Like, I'm not pulling it off, but can I put it in a bag of holding?
Let's give it a go. Yeah.
That sounds like a D6 to me.
And Phil is right. Please roll a D6.
D6.
I know what this game is, folks. Go pick it up as soon as it's available.
We've been forgetting to add on points every time we fail. By the way,
you should have had him flip a coin.
I never failed.
Yeah.
Wait, do I get to add one because I failed with that 3? If so, it's still a fail. It's a 3.
You rolled a 2, did you?
Yeah, that's right. Because you can stack failures to give friends bonuses.
Okay,
I forgot that.
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention to that. Yes. Is that a new thing? Because I never had.
No, it's been a part of the rules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never noticed it before.
It's like negative inspiration.
Okay.
Fuck up points.
Fuck up points. Okay. It's gonna push you up to a mighty 3, so you still fail, but not as badly as you would have before, which is good news for you.
I'm still alive.
Yeah. There is an immense explosion. These are all highly volatile chemicals.
Alive.
And what remained of this room that wasn't destroyed by Orca when he ran through it with his disintegrating ability is now on fire, scorched, and very, very badly damaged. I wouldn't worry about it because I think it's definitely going to have to do some renovations anyway, considering the amount of things that are going on in here. But you are perfectly fine because you're phased out, so it's not really affecting you because it's the wrong sort of thing to mess with your body right now, since you're not
Can I
quite
have
there.
that like cartoon blackened face and then run out and tell them didn't work, guys?
Yeah. You can have that. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Phil, are you going back to the Quinjet? Is it time to go?
No, I'm gonna stay here with the glowing guy.
Yeah.
If Big Purple breaks out, I can talk him down with my persuasive door-to-door salesman techniques.
Righto.
We'll be at
Okay.
a door. It'll be completely applicable.
All right. So we've got 2 people over at the jet. One is still in the level 4.
Roger, brother. We got you can heart on the site.
Was that a can?
Well played. Well played.
Wow.
And you didn't use technology of any kind. All right. So please tell me, Slapstick, you have exploded some liquids. What are you doing? You're on level 3. Are you going to level 4 or back to the Quinjet? I mean, you tell me where you're going.
I went to wherever the most of our team was while my face is still blackened, and then I tell them it didn't work, guys, but I didn't tell them what I was going to do.
Okay.
So they might worry.
Right. So if you head back to the Quinjet, there's 2 of them there, and right now, Sailor is up at the top level in level 4 as you're calling in. So
Okay.
yeah, so you managed to get hold of your superiors, and they seem very concerned. And as you explain the situation, I'm assuming you're giving them all the details. The gory details there, Orca? No, he's not there.
AJ.
Hello, sorry.
Okay. All right. He's back. Okay. All right. So, Orca, are you giving your superiors all the gory details about what you found? Right. Okay. So they seem very concerned. They say to transport the staff off the site, and they will send in a containment team if the place is now safe.
What? Okay. That includes the glowing staff.
Preferably. What do you mean glowing staff?
Well, there's one person glowing. There was one person glowing.
Have you
He's dead
established
now.
what's going on with the glowing person? Like that doesn't sound good. People don't usually do that.
No, they don't. No. Yeah. Okay. So I'll load as many people as I can at the Quinjet. With the instructions not to touch anything.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Okay. And start ferrying them to somewhere safe.
Sure, you can do that.
Right.
Down the bottom of the mountainside, right? Away from the mountain and the complex. Seems like
Yeah.
I duct tape their hands.
You duct tape their hands? Cool. Have you got enough
Yeah.
duct tape? Yes, you do, because your hands are full of it, right?
Yeah, and I say, I learned this trick from Deadpool. He loves duct tape. Duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape.
Every
I've
time
no
I
idea
run
who
this game,
Deadpool is.
every time I run this game, I get the references to Deadpool constantly.
I said it because this character had comics with Deadpool.
Oh, I
Oh.
see. Sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sis, you can do that. And what's happening with you, Sailor? You're up the top there with the glowing individual and I believe the
Glowing guy. Yeah.
purple guy
Did that
trapped
glowing
in a
guy
room.
wake up yet, or is he?
No, he's not waking up. He's still glowing.
And that door is still closed.
Pardon?
That door is still closed.
Yes, because Slapstick did not open it. He just stuck his incorporeal body through it or fluctuating body through it. So he never actually opened the door.
I'm gonna put a nicotine patch on him, but I'm gonna do it like this so that I don't actually have to touch him.
What on the glowing person?
Yeah, on the glowing person, on the back
Sure.
of his neck. Actually, that seems to
Okay.
be a spot where people have trouble in things like this.
Okay. Can Can you
do anything?
Can you explain to me? Well, I mean, I know I've given people nicotine patches before in real life. Can you explain to me what the hell is nicotine patches? Because I'm not completely.
I have very absorbent skin, so I get high really quick from absorbing a shitload of nicotine, and I like to share it with others. I tend to think that
makes
they
sense.
benefit from it as well. But
Like
it doesn't
any medication
actually
patch.
I don't have any superpower related nicotine patches. I just have a fuck ton of them, and I keep slapping them on because they get me through the day. So I figure this guy needs to get through a day. He's glowing. I want to put a nicotine patch on him, but I don't want to touch him. And I know that the back of the neck is a sensitive spot and things like this. So
Cool.
It all makes sense now.
There you go.
The door-to-door sales is stressful. Yeah.
That would scare the shit out of me. Imagine you fighting somebody hand to hand. They get slapping like these plasters on you. It's like, what the hell?
Okay.
That's the only time I ever get to take a break is if I smoke. You don't get any breaks in the military otherwise. The only time is when you take a fucking cigarette. So
Yep, exactly.
Cheers.
Okay. Awesome. Yes. Yes, you slap it on, and you manage to do it in such a way so that you don't wind up glowing. So yeah, you're careful about this process. He continues to glow and starts to get brighter.
Nicotine is working, I see.
He glows brighter again.
I apply another patch.
Oh my God, run!
This time you might need to roll me a dice, okay? Because it might be a little bit tricky. I'll have a 20-sided dice for this, thank you.
He's about to go critical.
Pardon?
Wow.
It's like you see a 10-second time down. 10-second.
I roll a natural
countdown on the timer, and you're just like it's sitting there eating a donut. Oh, nice.
He rolled a 1. A 1.
Was it a
I'm
natural
glad I'm
one?
not running this.
So while you guys are ferrying away the rest of the staff off the platform and away from the complex that's badly damaged and from fire and incineration and disintegration and all sorts of other things, there's a very, very big explosion. And that body just gets brighter and brighter and brighter, like white hot, and then just explodes.
He made the most addicted man ever to live.
And you get hit by the full force of what is essentially a small thermonuclear bomb. Please tell me you are impervious to nuclear bombs.
No, I'm particularly absorbent to all chemicals and gases that make contact with my skin.
And what is the result of that, usually?
Yeah, I'm probably going to die.
All right. You are incinerated. There is not much left of you at all. In fact, only the memory. The good news is that they won't need the cleanup team to come in to fix up the complex because there is no complex left anymore. And in fact, there is now a new flat top to the mountain where the complex was.
That was big.
My segue, no!
Honestly, that's a good thing because it was a holiday weekend and they would have probably had to be paid double time.
Or triple, depending on where they're coming from in the world. Yeah. Like, could if it's from the right country, it could be quadruple, and then it really kicks in the cost.
My story arc, no.
Bada boom, big bada boom.
Okay, somebody has to say it, so I go. That's the second biggest explosion I've ever heard.
What I find amusing is that Slapstick survived, even though he's not completely there, and Sailor is not there anymore. He's very much dead. Yes, you get back to base, I'm assuming, once you've dropped off the staff that you've rescued, and you get a very, very angry email from your superiors saying, like, what happened? I thought the idea was to sort out the accident at the complex, not to have it blow up.
The accident in the complex was in the process of happening. The full extent of the accident was not known until we got there, and then it manifested itself fully.
Sir.
It was always going to blow up, is what we're saying.
This is just an email, right? We're not talking to
It's
anybody.
an email. Yeah, no. They don't send you like a video conference thing or anything like that. Yeah. So, but you do like a day later after everything is kind of quiet. You do get a conference call from Donald Trump, as it happens.
Which one?
Oh no.
Yeah, Donald Trump, and he says, "Nice job with that research complex the other day. How did that happen to get out of hand so quickly?"
Scientists, sir.
Beautiful explosion.
Big
Scientists.
explosion.
So I'm sorry. This,
Huge
is this
explosion.
actually a video
No
call?
one's ever
Then?
seen an explosion that big before.
This is actually a video call then?
Yeah.
It is a video call.
Okay,
So
I put a
is-
nicotine patch in my mouth.
Also, Paul and Friends is gonna need a few more friends. Lost some of 1.5 of us.
Okay. All right.
Lots of scientists going on in there, sciencing, doing lots of crazy scientific stuff.
Yeah.
And, when there's crazy scientific stuff, there's explosions. And certainly
Tell
there was an explosion today.
them about the monkey.
And a 3-armed monkey.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. So
I died
Donald says,
twice.
shit happens. It's all cool. We'll sort it out. And I know some top people that I could send your way to help refill your team. Some top people. The best, they're great people. They're really, really, really good top people. And I'll send them your way in a couple of days. So
We
well
need a new
done.
sailor.
Sounds good. All right. I think that went well, Orca. Right?
And the call
That
closes.
went great.
I mean, it could have been worse.
Love it when a plan comes together.
But somebody important could have died.
Like, if we were delivering those hostages, I mean, victims, we would have gone up as well.
Yeah.
Bill, you gave a 17-year-old guy a habit of chewing on nicotine patches. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to stop chewing bits of metal. It can't be good. Can't be good.
Yeah. Too much iron in your diet.
Yeah.
Well, that is the end
well
of
done.
this chapter of the story. And I'm sure in the future, we'll come back to a different superhero team because this one is a little weird and maybe not the most useful team for the future.
Even Paul?
Pardon?
Even Paul?
I think by association, Paul has been affected by the reputation of Paul and Friends. Oh,
Yeah,
should I
his
say, sorry,
reputation is
the
probably-
clusterfucks, because the
Yeah.
clusterfucks fuck things up pretty good.
Yeah.
We earned our name. Yeah.
Do you see
They're
we only
doing
got a
so
two?
well.
Do you see we got a 2-star review, Orca? What happened with this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well done.
Well, you may have got a review, but nobody's ever read my reviews.
Oh,
Because,
are you on this team? I don't remember.
yeah, I'm on the team, God damn it.
I thought I was replacing 3. Okay.
It's me. It's
All right.
me.
Yes. Well, great. Nice to meet you. Rookies are down the hall to the left.
Okay.
God.
All right. So we're going to finish here so that some people know exactly what the heck was going on because they're probably a little bit confused. Can each one of you please describe what sort of powers and tell me a little bit about your character to finish off, and then we'll wrap it up.
Sure.
All right. Okay, so Orca's name is Herman. He was caught in a freak avalanche of fortune cookies when he was younger, and it was a serious accident at the time. He survived the freak improbability storm that happened, but it changed him forever. He now can eat pieces of metal for no particular reason, and he's got a functional pair of organic pumping jets that allows him to move through the water like a giant squid, which hence the name Orca. Also, he's good at biting things, but only small pieces of metal.
And he's trained in the military, right?
Yes, he was. He had a bit of a rough childhood, lots of abandonment and betrayal, and then he ended up working in the military for vehicle engineering and design. The other things that his powers allows him to do is you may have seen him advance into a higher evolutionary state or turn himself into a caveman. And he can also surround himself with a destructive energy field, as he saw him use. And he charges through things like a torpedo. And the other thing, which didn't really come up during the game until the very end there, is that he's incredibly forgettable. He's got the supernatural blurring effect on any sort of photographs taken of him. Security cameras just register him as a blob. And people always just don't pay attention to him. So it doesn't matter how long you've worked with him, he's always the new guy.
So it made sense that Paul said that.
Yeah. It's like, who are you?
Funny.
It's like, oh. It's like newbies down the hall, and he's in his own locker. It's like, this is Paul. Like, it's Orca's locker. God damn it! Stop reassigning my locker.
Well, I think now that we know a bit more about Orca, we should definitely know a little bit about the sailor who is no more. Phil, would you like to go into detail?
Yeah.
Pour one out for Savvy Sailor. He grew up and joined the Navy as soon as he could. He became part of an elite team called the Kraken Squad that forced all of its elite members to eat cryptid flesh of a psychic kraken that they kept at the bottom of the USS Enterprise carrier. And it mutated
people are that
me,
stupid. I get it.
It gave me the ability to absorb oxygen and liquid through my skin. It also allows me, for some reason, I just have the ability to disassemble machines by waving my hand at them. And I had the Jedi mind trick in that I cannot be, I'm impervious to psionic, mind control, and mental attacks. But I also have the amazing ability from door sales that I had done during my downtime away from military to be able to convince anyone of anything, as long as they're at least a little punch happy or drunk or intoxicated or concussed. Anytime when you're not fully in your own mental condition, I can completely manipulate your decision-making abilities. So add those all together and you get the Savvy Sailor. Rest in peace.
So, and on the wall, in a building that nobody knows about, that nobody ever sees because it's so top secret that nobody's allowed to go there, is a little star with a smiley face and a little sailor hat above it, in memory of the sailor. All right, Jake. I think people need to know a bit about slapstick.
I think they know all there is to know about slapstick. He's a 17-year-old kid, like playing pranks on people. He followed the guy who bullied him and his own hopeful girlfriend to a house of mirrors at a carnival that was actually home to an interdimensional transport mirror that he went through. And when he went through, because he wasn't ferried through by the insane clowns that are native to those multiverses, his buddy got all fucked up. He basically scattered his molecules across 4,000 different dimensions. And then he got put back together with their technology by their head doctor clown. And he escaped, freeing all the humans that were captured by the insane clowns and destroyed the device that could have led him back there. So now he just fights crime and he likes playing jokes. That's it.
Cool. Thank you.
He's just a cartoon character, basically.
I did notice a little bit of that, just a teeny bit. What about you, Wally? I believe Paul needs
Yes.
Paul.
Yeah, I'll introduce Paul. I mean, full name is Paul Smith. Paul was a superstar badminton player for state champion 5 years in a row. Unfortunately, he took a radioactive shuttlecock badminton birdie, whatever, right to the face, and he began his second life and was reborn as Plasma Paul, who has the ability to shoot plasma from. He just throws the racket up, hits the thing, and
General
shoots that.
Cop.
Yes, thank you.
The cop.
And then also has the Spider-Man web slinging ability, which comes out as a badminton. And I just now remember too that he can animate objects and bring them to life. But ever since the vending machine incident, he really hasn't cared to do that, unless it's in a dire emergency. But yeah, he's known by people far and wide within 1.5 square miles as a superstar badminton player, Paul Smith.
I have a question about the vending machine.
Yeah.
When you animated the vending machine, did it get frisky with you, and did it traumatize you in some way?
No, it was just way more charming and intelligent than Paul, and it made him insecure.
Show us on the doll where the vending machine touched you.
B3.
M&Ms don't go there.
Not in chocolate button.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it there, I think. Hey, thank you guys, for your craziness and for tolerating my shitty little adventure where I blow stuff up and provide you with things that will only cause more trouble,
Yes.
essentially. And yes, you obviously, some people touched the bad things and some people didn't, and some people died. But the good news is, out of 4 of characters, only 1 really died. You know, that's pretty good odds, really. When you think about it.
One disappeared, 1 died, and 1 was forgotten.
Dude.
Paul is always friendless.
Paul the Lone Rider yet again.
Yeah. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
Could be.
And of course, well done to Fred. First time running a game. I thought that was splendid. Thank you very much. That was a
No
good time.
kidding. Great pacing. Really great pacing.
When in
Very good
doubt,
pacing.
explosions.
Yeah.
Yes, when in doubt, somebody dies. Doesn't need to be the player characters, but somebody dies or explosions.
Yeah, and I even caught a few. Are you sure you want to do that in there, which was splendid.
Yep. Super Atomic. You won't believe it's a super role playing game.
Yeah, but that was fun. Very much
Super
fun.
easy to use. Very fun.
Good. Yeah. I was hoping. This is the second time I've run this particular adventure, and the first time, I'm not going to go into the details because it's none of your business. But this one you can know about.
You'll be like, it smells like a role playing game. It tastes like a role playing game. But it's not a role playing game.
I
It's
did
a
roll.
very
There was some
thorough
dice
idea
rolling.
generator.
There was some dice rolling.
There was all the component and parts of a role playing game.
Yeah.
And that's where I get you.
Dear.
Thanks again, Fred.
Awesome. Are we ready to get out of here then?
Yep.
Cheers.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you for being here.